The ultimate goal of this stroke progression is to tie in all the skills with the rhythm of the breath. Exhale, in, hold. Let's kick it off with body position. To cue the concept of body line, have the swimmer lean forward from a standing position. This is done by folding the ankles and extending the core. Observe how this position lets gravity reinforce a straight body line. From there, we can squeeze the palms into the midline. Using a shark hold during warm-up kick sets is a way to introduce these essential actions in the water. The extension we've learned in this skill node is the starting point for our next skill. During the glide phase, have the swimmer press the insides of the feet. This is a subtle way to encourage twisting the legs outward via hip external rotation. To rappel away from the starting position, the hips must rotate inward just enough to draw the heels in a straight line. Using a pull buoy is one way to encourage the right amount of hip internal rotation. From there, let the swimmers push on the water using the insides of the feet. For this skill, an awareness of foot eversion is required. To align the kick back into the midline, squeeze the pull buoy to assist in mind-muscle connection. In addition to squeezing the glutes, press the insides of the feet together. Repeat until the swimmer has internalized these keyframes into one smooth kick cycle. To allow for spaced practice, we'll start with the upper body progression. Propulsion from sculling is a unique phenomenon in swimming. Think about repeatedly flicking the inner part of the hand, similar to taking baby steps. Full upper body propulsion is a matter of adding the bigger muscles to the basic front skull. From the starting point, aim to scull out with the inner hands. As a reference point, let the biceps rotate toward the surface to cue shoulder external rotation. Feel the weight of the head and let the spinal erectors extend the torso. This will be the same spinal erectors that take us to the peak with the help of chest adduction. The arm cycle can be observed at two segment levels. Just like the front skull, we want the swimmer to flick the inner part of the hand toward the body. However, the hands cannot power through the movement by themselves. That's because this position is where we have the opportunity to stretch the chest, as referenced by the biceps rotating toward the surface. Letting the biceps face each other is a cue to squeeze the chest in. For increased focus, initially exaggerate the slowness of the outsweep so the swimmer is pushing from an almost dead stop. As an early introduction to timing, I like to use the syllables of the word exhale to indicate the outsweep and the power face. Exhale, breathe. Using a pull buoy or a very small dolphin kick allows the swimmer to let the body fall back without worrying about the kick yet. Mixing in the kick recovery is a skill handled by breaststroke undulation. Falling back in line after getting to the peak is controlled by the hips. In this demonstration, the only reason that I can tip the chair forward is because I am continually hinging at the hips. Earlier in the back position, majority of the focus was on ankle position and hip rotation. On the front, however, the hips will now have an additional purpose of hinging the hips to keep the foot inside of the waterline when the heels are drawn to the backside. To practice this, let the head break the surface and sneak in a breath as soon as the hip hinge initiates. This is a remix of the classic 2-kick 1-pull. Because we are doing a skull only, it reinforces the idea that the hands are just there to catch the falling torso. But ultimately, it is the hip hinge action that brings us back in line. Given all those skills, we can now synchronize the entire stroke with the breath. Hold, exhale, in, hold.
Exhale to the peak, inhale and shoot in one motion. You can pick up the pace as you gain more control.
The better these skills are, the more the stroke will blend into something as natural as the breath. Hold, exhale, in, hold.